there folks, welcome back to Rule of Thumb. Today we're going to do stuffing muffins. I love these because my favorite part of the stuffing is the crunchy bits on the edges, and this just gives you more surface area for that to happen. They're easy, they make a great side dish, and they can also be a main dish because they're good and hearty, so you can have a couple of them and call them dinner. Which is probably what we're going to do tonight. So what I'm going to do is get all the ingredients together so I can show you what we're working with, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to do that. Okay folks, here we go. This really could not be simpler than what it is. So you can use any kind of stuffing that you like. I've done this with virtually every stuffing mix there is out there. You can use stovetop, you can use the off-brand, I think, great value, so this must have came from Walmart. You can use Pepperidge Farm. I mean, you can use pretty much anything. You could use plain croutons and season them up however you'd like if you want to do that as well. This is really basic and forgiving. So the stuffing mix, these I have in my cupboard because I pretty much always have a couple of them around just in case. I got a couple little cans of mushrooms here because I like mushrooms in there. I'm going to use my home canned turkey sausage, but you could use any kind of sausage you would like. You could use pork, turkey, chicken, whatever strikes your fancy. This is what I have on hand. I like to add some extra veggies, so I had some freeze-dried carrots and celery. I'm just rehydrating those a little bit. I'm going to add those in there. I'm going to do a little touch of poultry seasoning just to kick up the flavor. I'll follow the box directions for the stuffing, so I'm going to need some butter for that. I love the Kerrygold butter, so I'll use some of that and some hot water. And basically what I'm going to do is get this all mixed together, and I'm going to add 2 eggs, which I do not have out here on the counter, but I typically use 1 egg per box of stuffing roughly. So because I'm doing 2, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And that's just going to hold them together and kind of help them keep their shape as a muffin. You could certainly do it without that if you are opposed to using the egg. They just will be a little bit more crumbly. So I'm going to get this mixed together. I'll bring you back when I'm putting it in the pan so you can see what it looks like. Okay folks, welcome back. So we got everything mixed up here, and I just want to maybe swap this around here. I just want to show you, that this is a pretty wet mixture. Like, I've probably added a little bit more water plus with the eggs, and you want that because this is going to go in the oven, and because they're smaller and you're not baking this, now you could put this in a 9x13 dish and call this your stuffing. It's a good stuffing. Because we're doing the muffins and we're making it a smaller portion, it's going to dry out quicker, so we want it to start out a little bit more moist so that when we get those crispy edges we still have a nice moist fluffy center. So that's why I do it that way. So we're all mixed up. I got a big ice cream scoop here. Trade places here. And basically I've got one of the, what do they call them, giant muffin tins, for big muffins. You can see I got a big chunk of mushroom there. I love that. So I'm going to do 2 healthy scoops in here and kind of just squish it down in there. I'll tell you what size scooper this is if I knew. I'm going to say it's probably about a 1/3 cup, something to that effect. So we're just going to keep scooping here. I have a second pan as well. I did spray this with the non-stick spray just because I want them to come out nice and clean. You could, if you had big muffin cups, like for baking big muffins, you could certainly put the muffin cups in there and have them come out with a liner if you wanted. To me, I don't do that because I feel like I might lose my crunchy edge, which is my main reason for wanting to do these. So I'm going to finish getting these into the muffin tins. I'll bring them back before I put them in the oven so you can see what they look like, and then we'll get them in the oven and get them cooking. Okay, so I ended up with 10 of, I guess they're jumbo muffins. That's what I thought of when I was off of camera. I think they're called jumbo muffin tins. So I ended up with 10. Again, this is going to vary a little bit based on what kind of stuffing mix you use, what you add into it, what size muffin tins you use, because I've made these in regular muffin sizes before too. It's a very flexible recipe. Again, you know, as with anything, the rule of thumb in this recipe is make it your own. And really how you do that is what you add into it. So I added mushrooms, carrots, celery into mine. You may want to add something completely different. You might want to add dried fruit. You could put cranberries in these. You could chop up an apple and put apple in these, which I've done, and I love that. You could put corn in them. You could put squash, little cubes of squash that you par cooked. You could put that in there. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and the more you put in, the more they're going to make. The more might take to cook them, depending on how many you make, how big you make them. So there is a lot of flexibility. What I gave you here is kind of the base of what I use. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to get these in there. My guess is these are going to take about 25 to 30 minutes, but I will bring you back when they're done and let you know how long I had them in there. Okay, folks, we're back. As I suspected, these took about 25 minutes in the oven. You can see they just, you know, they're not like super crunchy on top. They're just starting to firm up. I did temp them with my thermometer to make sure they were 165 degrees because I did put turkey sausage in there, so you want them to be temped to the temp of poultry. So what I'm going to do is see if I can get one of these out of here without making a mess, and I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like up close and personal. So this was after letting them sit for a little while, so I kind of wanted to just bring you back and show you, you know, if you let them rest for a few minutes, they'll come out as a nice formed muffin. So just wanted to bring you back quick and show you that. If you did like this, please like, share, and subscribe. As always, I hope you had a great day. Come back and see you soon.